Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi, I'm Pete. Now, on today's episode of Wishlist Wednesdays, we have something just a smidge different, you guys. We are going to go over two plants instead of one. Yes, two plants instead of one. I can tell you over the past couple days, let's just say from last plant wish list Wednesdays, guys, I've added maybe 3 to 4 more plants to this list of mine. So, I've just decided to do two plants to try to move it along just a little bit quicker. Again, there are a lot of them. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, one more thing. Correction from last week. There are a lot more Monsteras out there. I probably meant to say these are the only Monsteras that I personally want out of the Monsteras that are out there. But yeah, you guys, let's jump right into the video. Now, um, being that there are other Monsteras, you guys, after checking my list, I did have a Monstera Standianavaragata. Yeah, now this plant is just, I don't know, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it. If not, of course, I will be adding some magnificent pictures somewhere on the screen. Now, I've wanted this plant maybe for the past 2 or 3 years, and keep in mind, you guys, at least about, I would say, 93 random percent of my plants, when I wanted these plants, they were a lot cheaper, and the cheapest way at that point was just growing them from nodes or from cuttings, basically. And I didn't mind only because of the purge of plants that are going around now. I would just say the COVID boom of plants. Wasn't as bad as price wise as it is now. So I really wasn't worried about getting a plant and, letting it grow out and just watching it grow and still be able to afford, the next cutting or next plant. But yeah, anyway, you guys, this Stanliana has been on my list for some years. The variegation, I have to do some double checking, but I'm not sure if it's stable. I've seen a couple of videos where the variegation, has stopped. Basically, the plant has stopped variegating. So, um, if that's the case, I mean, I'm pretty sure the plant can heal itself or start to put off more variegation per se. But this unstableness with me personally is not a problem because there are two forms of these things that I know of. Could be more. Again, don't quote me on it. But there's the green regular form, and then there's the Standiana Varigata farm. And it's basically technically a regular green form if it doesn't have the variegation in it, even though probably embedded in the DNA there is some variegation in it, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm really not too worried about the variegation in this plant, but the plant itself, still looks good to me. I've yet to actually see it in any of my nurseries down here where I'm at currently. There's no telling, when someone would have it. Um, but I do know in order for me to find something of that nature, I would have to travel at least to the edge, of my state, which towards those area are usually different. God, I'm gonna say capitals. There are different major cities like Columbus, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, um, and all of Atlanta, and it's a million cities within the city. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can find it somewhere eventually. But if not, of course, I would have to go to Etsy and try to find the cheapest one, which I can tell you before I did this video, maybe a couple of days ago, I did check on the price of that Varigata Stanliana, and the cheapest one for a 3 node looked like it was a top cutting maybe. It was about $78 or 70 something dollars, which is, I don't know, I still can say that it's a lot, but it's not a lot. But it's a lot because it's not a rooted plant, even though it's a top cutting. But I'm guessing shipping is included in that price because shipping is free. So technically, if you want to be technical, the plant is not 78 or $70 because someone do or will have to pay for shipping, even if it's $7 or $8, but I don't know. I will get my hands on this plant, and I've checked the growing conditions, you guys, and they're the same as most to most they are the same as in most of the monsteras. We're talking about the watering them same, lighting conditions are the same. I haven't seen any pictures where you stake them up and they grow upward and the leaves just get magnificently big. If I do, of course, I will be posting a picture up top. But yeah, guys, I haven't seen any pictures like that. If that is the case, that is a plus for me. But also, you guys should know by now that I love for my plants to grow upward, not only to give them bigger leaves and to encourage. Well, I was going to say, what is the word? Deforming, deforming of the whatever the word is. We're just gonna leave it alone. Um, the mutation of the leaves is not what I was looking for, but for the mature leaves to transform or um, evolve or whatever, just mature rather to their form that they're supposed to look like. And not only that, but growing upward vertical, it gives you more space to work with compared to something that's just spread out and taking up extra room. Um, now, speaking of maturity of the leaves, guys, the only negative thing I can say about this plant, um, is that the leaves, unless there's something that we don't know or someone hasn't figured out yet, but they don't, like, I guess mutate. That's not really the right word, but they don't transform as they get older, like let's say the split leaf or your Monstera albo, Monstera um, Thai constellation, or even the Cebu blue. At a certain age, certain stage in the plant's life, they start to mature or transform into the evolve, I would say, into the mature form of that plant. So if that is the case, that would be great, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. So um yeah, even though it doesn't do all that, as you just heard before, there are tons and tons, at least for me, more positive things about this plant than that one just negative. And to be honest, well, I'm not gonna say most philodendrons, but most plants, not nowadays, but most plants don't do anything. They either just grow or they transform or evolve into something else over time. But yeah, guys, that is the Monstera Standianavaragata, and I will get her. She will be on the. She is on the. I should make a most definite list of trying to get, just because of the price is a little bit more affordable for me compared to some of the other ones, like the Thai constellation. But that price, I tell you. But yeah, you guys, the Monstera Standianavaragata is on the wish list. Yeah, the wish list. Hmm. She's on the wish list, okay? And I can't wait till I get her. You guys pretty sure will be the first to know. If not, my social handles are down below. Check out those. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my social handles, and you will most definitely see the plants as soon as they come in, because it's a lot quicker to upload a picture onto like Facebook or Instagram compared to a video. Even though I can do like a 10-30 second video. Yeah, but yeah, you guys, she is on the list and I will be getting her. Now let's move on to the next plant. Okay, next plant we have is the Syngonium albo. Now, I know at least 98% of you guys have heard of the albo Syngonium. I'm not sure when it finally went boom. I think it was maybe about maybe 2.5 years ago, maybe post. No, it had to have been pre-COVID or during, not sure, but um, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this plant. She is magnificent. Again, the variegation that I've seen on some videos and some pictures has been stable for the most part, but then there are some of them that put off continuously green, and some people tend to cut it back, and I don't know, but it's still, even again, like we just mentioned for the Monstera Standiana, of course, if the variegation is not stable, she is still a gorgeous plant regardless. Just because I know for a fact the variegation is in there, even if I don't cut it, eventually she will push out some variegation down the line, maybe 4 to 10 leaves later, who knows? But at least I know that that plant is a variegated plant. I will be fine, but with most people, and sometimes with me too, personally, you would want, or you're paying for a certain product or a certain image, then that is what you should get. Understandable, and sometimes certain things happen, but yeah, you guys, the Syngonium looks great. The growing conditions are the same as the rest of Syngoniums. Um, I will be getting my hands on the Syngonium. I had a chance to get her a while back for a trade. Pretty sure you guys probably heard or seen one of the videos, but for a trade of, but it was just a cutting at the time, and I, anyway, I was supposed to get it for a trade of, I had a basket, hanging basket of Hoya Curtia, full, just pretty basket or whatever the case may be. And I decided to, I didn't want it, and I was actually cleaning house, and I was downsizing a lot of my plants and getting rid of the ones that really didn't, um, I would say, ring my bell anymore. So, um, yeah. And anyway, Facebook, I posted her on Facebook, and I had a lot of offers. But during this time, that Curtsy was one of the Hoya it plants, and very hard to find at the time. Pretty sure not anymore. But anyway, long story short, they wanted to trade that for a cutting, and I really didn't want it to do it because it was just one node, and I was like, no, But um, the trade that I did make, I did get. I think it was a, oh, here we go, plowmani, okay, philodendron, and also the um Philodendron gloriosum as well, but these were um they weren't rooted cuttings. What do you call it? They were rooted nodes, rather. I would say it was like the the base of the plant or the mother of the plant, just a ball and a bunch of roots, but they were small babies. But anyway, you guys, I did that trade, and I could have had that Syngonium, but yeah, I didn't do it, and I actually don't regret it, but I kind of do because the Syngoniums grow a lot faster than that baby Gloriosum that I have. But price wise, if I wanted to flip it, of course I could get more for the Gloriosum, but it's just crazy because again, quick return would have been the album Syngonium. So yeah, if you check this plant out, guys, the variegation is just wonderful. As it ages with most of the variegated plants, the plant tends to cover itself with like a darker green pigment. I would say just to give it a little more edge on the chlorophyll and make the plant the plant juices so that the plant is a lot more stable and healthier. That way, everything is not white and it dies off quicker than it can grow. Now that aspect I do like and do like. Now sometimes you will get like an all white leaf, and those times you really can't help it. um I'm hearing that it's usually, dealing with light, the intensity of the light, but I don't have one to necessarily check that out for you guys. So, um, Don't quote me on that. So, yeah, I would love to have this plant in my collection. As of now, I have one Syngonium. You guys probably have seen it. It's a Syngonium confetti, and I'm going to grow them the same way. I seen someone else grow it on, I think it was Instagram, maybe YouTube, in like the the TP try stand kind of thingy. Like, I think that might be it, or maybe just a single post. I don't know, but they're gonna grow straight up. I thought about making them grow on the little, I do moss poles, not moss poles, but slacks of wood with moss on it. You can call it a pole. It's not a pole technically, but I do that form with most of my aeroids, just so that if I do propagate, it'll be a lot easier. And then also those roots, not only are like anchor roots, but they do help with like moisture, water, nutrients, and things that such in the air. But yeah, I thought about doing that also, but I'm going to do them freestanding, growing up as well, just so that, of course, more space, more plants. But I just love how they had theirs growing up in that orderly fashion. And at this point, she is on my radar um, um, just to get and have, so I can prop and actually spread the love, you guys. Those plants, again, I've yet to see one in person. I've only seen them, pictures, videos, whatnot, but never directly in my eyesight. Um, I think the first time I seen ever a Monstera, oh, it could have been a Thai constellation, guys. Thinking about it now, I have to check the picture, but it was the Victoria Ann in Atlanta, and I was thinking it was an elbow, but thinking about it now, the little splotches of white, the constellation. I have to check the picture again, but that was the first time I've ever seen anything elbow of that size. That thing was humongous, wonderful. Just, I don't know. It's just something that, I don't know. It's a statement plant. How about that? If you have that plant in your house, it is a statement plant. It had just about all the illustrations. Every part of the leaves had fingers, barely holes. It was just wonderful. But yeah, I will get her into the collection now. With these plants, as they mature, they do evolve, and the leaves, um, the ears, they change forms, change shape. Add some pictures. I'm pretty sure you guys probably seen it, but these are one of the aeroids that do change or evolve as they get older, and there's nothing, again, negative that I can say about them other than maybe spider mites, and that's with like almost every other plant. So I can't hold it against them. It's technically not their fault, but that's probably the only negative thing about it. But you guys, I will be getting that elbow hopefully this year, and also the Monstera elbow. Oh, Monstera Standiana. Let's correct that this year, because there's no way. I don't want to say there's no way, but thinking now, there's no way I'm getting an elbow anytime this year or next year. So yeah, those two most definitely I will try to get my hands on this year. And again, you guys will know as soon as I hit click, send, share, whatever the case may be. And I'm pretty sure I will probably be in my feelings, just because I've wanted these for a long, long time. And it won't be long. Um, and I say long, won't be long. It's like 5 years maybe before you start to see some of these things like in the store, and they can actually be a little bit more common than uncommonly rare, hard to find, more expensive and stuff like that. But yeah, you guys, that is it for our plant wish list Wednesdays. I will be back again next week with two more exciting plants. I can tell you, looking at this list, I decided to, write down which ones I was going to do, just so that I don't cover like two of the same, like two philodendrons, even though there's nothing wrong with that. But I just wanted to make sure I cover like two different kinds instead of going over the same ones. But yeah, you guys, that is it for today's episode. I will see you guys next week, same time. Wishlist Wednesdays. Do me a favor and hit that like button. Also, comment down below, you guys. Let me know if there's any plants that you've heard of so far that you're looking for. Or also comment down below that some of the plants that you are looking for, which I'm pretty sure I have on my list. Also hit that notification bell, you guys. That notification bell will keep you informed, especially for our wishlist Wednesdays when they're coming out. I can tell you it will be every Wednesday, of course, around the same time, no later than 10:45, usually 10 o'clock. So yeah, hit that bell to keep you notified. And that is it, you guys. I will see you guys next week with more plants. Bye.